Ayun. Okay. So, hello again. Ayan. So, reminder lang din sa ano natin. Ayun. For this week, yan, ang task natin sa working immersion or yung work immersion natin is yung i-build up natin yung ano natin, yung Facebook page. Pwede rin isama na rin natin yung Instagram. And then, we can start na rin na na-spread yung yung Facebook page na yun. So, para within 2 weeks bago tayo mag-launch ng product, na-build up na natin yung community natin. Okay? Tapos, pwede na tayo mag-set ng quota. Kunyari, depende rin sa pagkakasunduan din ng nating lahat kung ilang quota tayo per week. Okay, so wala naman na questions. Pwede rin, yung mga questions natin or yung suggestions, pwede rin naman dun sa group chat natin. Okay, so for today, we're going to discuss business ethics and social responsibility. So we only have 2 chapters for this quarter. So feel ko gagawin ko 2 meetings lang siya so we can focus on our working immersion or yung yung business nyo. And also madali lang din naman kasi itong subject na to. And aside from that, meron naman kayong mga plus points na naipon na sa sa naging Mr. and Miss 5-star standard college yon. Let us think. Yan. Be thankful with Sheen and Simon. Yon. Dahil magpasalamat tayo sa ayudang ibinahagi nila sa buong ABM community. Yan. Okay? Nakaipon tayo ng ng 8.5 points sa natin. So hinati ko 'yon, again, hinati ko siya sa first quarter and then second quarter natin for this second sem para medyo balance. Para pag kahit magpabaya kayo nung next sem, yan, hindi tayo malulubog masyado. Okay. Okay, so first, business ethics and social responsibility. When we say ethics, ito yung mga mga nakaugalian or mga behavior, mga attitude, mga behavior natin sa work na dapat sinusunod or dapat na meron ka. Yan. So first, let us talk about the role of the business in social and economic development. So here, ang objective natin dito, so after this discussion, we should be able to identify forms of business organizations and their characteristics. So we already know kung ano yung mga business organization. Yan, for example, mga sole proprietor, mga partnership, and then yung corporation, and yung mga types din ng business organization. And explain the purpose of business organization and their role in the socio-economic development, and explain the core principles of fairness, accountability, and transparency. So when we say ethics, dito papasok yung mga yan nga, yung accountability, integrity din, and transparency in the socio-economic development of the country. Yan. So normally pag nasa higher accounting na din or sa college, yan, bawat course and bawat profession, meron silang mga code of ethics. Yan, dito nakapasok kung ano yung pananamit mo sa isang office. Yan, katulad sa mga medical or sa mga medicine, di ba mga sila white coat. Yan, pag mga accountant naman, ang dress code nila, mga naka-business attire. And sa mga mga lawyer naman, ang business mga dress code nila, normally mga nakabarong, and more likely dapat din mga naka-business business attire. So kasama din yun sa ethics na pinag-uusapan natin. So what is business? Also known as an enterprise, agency, or firm. entity involved in the provision of goods and services to consumers. Prevalent in capitalist economies where most of them are privately owned and provide goods and services in exchange for other goods, services, or money. So, business can be non-profit, yan, social enterprises, or state-owned public enterprises, yun, yung mga owned by the government, targeted for special social and economic objectives. And some are owned by multiple individuals as corporation or partnership. For example, yan nga yung kaya maraming owners dahil sa mga shares and stocks. Yan. Pag partnership naman, maraming investors. So sa business nyo, for sure ang business organization nyo or yung types ng business na meron kayo ay partnership. Goal is the sales to be more expenditure resulting in profit. And dapat, kaya magkakaroon tayo ng mga markup cost para mas mataas ang sales natin compared dun sa expenses natin tsaka yung cost ng mga products natin. So nature of business, we have the economy. An economy is the large set of interrelated production and consumption activities that aid in determining how scarce resources are allocated. Okay, so interrelated daw na production. Kung paano natin i-manage or i-allocate ng tama yung mga limited resources natin. Defined as a place or country where resources are managed by the government to bring about maximum benefits of the entire society. So parang tamang allocation lang ng mga limited resources natin. Kasi hindi naman unlimited yung resources natin. So dapat i-manage natin ng tama. Yan. So we have the history of money. And we have the barter system. Alam naman natin to. So minsan parang siguro nung nakaraang taon, nung nagkaroon ng pandemic, medyo nag-exist to ng onte. Cowrie shells, minted coins, gold standard, Bretton Woods system, and then the cryptocurrency. Ito na yung ngayon. Ito na yung latest. Barter is an exchange for the goods or services without using money. Yan, palitan lang kayo ng ng goods and services. Problems, common measure of value did not exist. Double coincidence of wants may not exist. Ayan, syempre, kaya din siya mahirap kasi malay mo yung ibabarter mo ay hindi naman gusto ng ibang tao. And also, hindi natin alam kung ano ba yung totoong value ng ino-offer mo at yung matatanggap mong offer. Yan. So sa economy, we have the households, business, and government. Hindi pwedeng household lang tsaka business kasi maaaring ang taasan ng bonggang-bongga ng business yung mga presyo nila. At pag may control pa din ng government. So kaya merong mga pinapataw lang na SRP ang government. Dapat hanggang ganito lang yung presyo ng sugar, ng mga baboy. If not, kawawa ang households. Division of labor and specialization. So division of labor when work is arranged so that individual workers do fewer tasks than before. Yeah. And specialization when factors of production perform tasks that they can do relatively more efficiently than others. So division of labor, ito yung parang per department. Ayan, sa isang department, iba-iba din ng work. Yun, dapat ganun siya para hindi masyadong marami yung task ng isang employee. Specialization naman, ito yung mga forte mo. Ito yung mga kung saan ka expert. Instrument of exchange. Money is any object that is generally accepted as payment for goods and services and repayment of debts in a given country or socio-economic context. So we already know what is money. Para makakuha tayo ng goods and services, yan, nagbabayad tayo through cash, yan, via cash. Functions of money and medium of exchange. So instead of barter, yan, pera na lang ang inano natin, pinambabayad natin kasi pwede talaga siyang ipang-barter din talaga sa iba't ibang bagay. And also, meron talaga siyang value. Alam natin kung ano ba yung exact value ng ano na yan, ng pera na yan. Unit of account, store of value, standard of deferred payment. Okay? So, we have here the characteristic of money. Coins and paper used as money in society are called currency. Currency must meet the following characteristic. It should be meron siyang durability. Yan. Dapat hindi siya napupunit basta-basta. So, parang meron special paper na ginagamit para sa pera na yan. Yan. Portability, people need to be able to take money with them as they go about their business. So, dapat pwede siyang madala kahit saan. So, kaya siya paper yung naisip. Hindi pwedeng gadgets or something na hindi na nabubuhat. Yan. Hindi siya pwedeng box. Hindi rin siya pwedeng bato. Kaya siya, ginawa siyang paper. Divisibility. To be useful, money must be easily divided into smaller. Yan. Kaya siya merong piso, merong 5 piso, merong 1,000, merong may tig-20, may tig-100. Okay? Uniformity. Any two units of money must be uniform. That is the same in terms of what they will buy. Yan. Limited supply. Yan. Money must be available only in limited quantities. So, sino dito nakanood ng Money Heist? Yan, parang meron ba ditong nakanood ng yung parang familiar sa sa palabas na Money Heist? 'Di ba sila nag-create sila ng pera sa bangko, which is akala nang nasa labas magnanakaw, parang nanakawin lang nila yung loob yung pera sa loob ng bangko. Pero ang ginawa nila, gumawa sila ng sarili nilang pera. So yun, kung familiar kayo sa Money Heist, yun. Tsaka naisip niyo ba minsan bakit hindi na lang mag-create ng pera ang BSP? Ayun. So hindi talaga siya pwede. Dapat kung ano lang yung pera ng isang bansa, yun lang din talaga dapat yung i-create nilang pera. Hindi sila pwedeng mag-create ng pera. Bawal yun. That's illegal. Acceptability. Everyone must be able to exchange the money for goods and services. Ayan, so yun nga ang pera, pwede nating ipalit kahit kung goods man siya or services, kahit anong goods or services. Convertibility, easily exchange for goods and services. And commodity money is the simplest and most likely the oldest type of money. It builds on scarce natural resources that act as a medium of exchange, store of value, and unit of account. The critical thing to note about commodity money is that its value is defined by the intrinsic value of the commodity itself. So examples of the commodity money include gold, coins, beads, shells, spices, and etc. So yun. Ngayon ko lang din nalaman na ang seashells ay naging medium of exchange. Yan. Pwede pa gold, ayan, and salt din. Siguro lalo na sa China, nung mga kapanahon ng yung Mediterranean, era, ganun, yung mga sinaunang panahon. Yan, ine-exchange din nila yung salt rice sa isang bagay. Yan. Ito ding mga kape, ayan. And copper, and alcohol din. So, fiat money, ito yung natin. Ito na yung ginagamit natin ngayon. its value from a government order. That means that the government declares fiat money to be legal tender. So which requires all people and the firms within the country to accept it as a means of payment. If they fail to do so, they may be fined or even put in prison. So examples of fiat money include coins and bills. So ang nagre-release talaga nito or nag-a-approve nito ay yung government. So minsan binabago ng government kung ano itsura ng pera natin. Dapat i-accept to ng mga businesses. Yan. So 'di ba naalala niyo yung merong time na na parang nagta-transition tayo to a new phase of money, and then nag-set ang government ng deadline kung kailan lang pwedeng tanggapin tong pera na to. Ayan. Dapat lahat ng pera mo napapalitan mo na sa bangko. Fiduciary money depends for its value on the confidence that it will be generally accepted as a medium of exchange. Unlike fiat money, it is not declared legal tender by the government, which means people are not required by law to accept it as a means of payment. Instead, the issuer of fiduciary money promises to exchange it back for a commodity or fiat money if requested by the bearer. As long as people are confident that this promise will not be broken, they can use fiduciary money just like regular fiat or commodity money. Examples of fiduciary include checks, banknotes, or drafts. Ayan, ito. So, sa bangko, ayan, minsan, lalo na pag sa mga mayayaman, yan ang pinababayad check eh. Yan, mga banknotes and drafts. Pero ito, more likely, magagamit mo lang to or may exchange mo lang to into fiat money or, ayan, sa mga bangko din. Commercial bank money can be described as claims against financial institutions that can be used to purchase goods or services. It represents the portion of currency that is made of debt generated by commercial banks. Yan, near money asset that can be easily converted into cash. Yan, ito yung mga natin, mga quick cash, mga madaling i-liquidate. Yan, mataas ang liquidity. Quasi-money or money substitute, postal orders, soda machine tokens, checks, and credit cards. Credit and debit cards allows the cardholder to make payments by simply representing the card. Alam naman natin na to. Okay. Bank draft, yan, check, which is guaranteed. Which guarantees payment to the receiver from the issuing bank. Bill of exchange used to pay for goods both overseas on credit. Yeah. So we have sa bill of exchange, we have the drawer, drawee, and payee. Yan, drawer, who will issue the bill, drawee, yan, kung kanino in-issue yung bill, and payee, ayan, kung kanino, the person to whom payment is made. Checks, an order to the bank to make payments to payee. Yan, so, nakakita na ba kayo ng itsura ng cheque? Yung cheque, merong yung nakalagay pay to order, yung amount ng pera, tapos yung date, ayun. So, normally, pag ine-encash natin yan sa mga bangko, lalo na pag hindi mo branch, merong mga charges din yun. Service charge or mga bank charge. Electronic commerce or e-commerce, ayan, buying and selling of goods and services using the internet. Alam naman natin ito, mga Shopee, mga Lazada. Electronic transfer, ayan, sa mga bank to bank, GCash to bank, mga Paymaya to bank, mga PayPal, ayan. Internet banking, yun, same din. Yan. So, yung karamihan ngayon sa mga banks, gumagawa na sila ng mga competitive na platforms or apps nila. So, ngayon, so far, ang alam kong may pinakamagandang serbisyo or may pinakamagandang mobile application na bangko ay yung Union Bank. So, andun na lahat. Pwede ka magbayad ng kuryente, ma-view mo agad kung magkano na yung balances mo. And then, ayun nga, makakapagbayad ka din ng bills, makakapag-transfer ka din from bank to bank. Ayun. Tsaka sobrang ang ganda din talaga nung nila, nung image or yung face nung nila, nung app na yun. So, money order can be used to make payments locally or overseas. Yan. Telebanking allows the bank customer to simply use the telephone to get these bank services done rather than visiting the bank. So, yan, lalo na this pandemic, gamit na gamit tong telebanking. So, whenever you have issues or concerns, yan, tatawag lang tayo sa bangko. Pero more likely, busy sila. Yan. Lalo na pag may problema ka sa mga credit cards mo and then mga passwords, mas better talaga na pumunta ka na lang sa bangko kasi lagi silang busy. Siguro the whole day, yan, tatawagan mo, busy talaga sila. Forms of business organization and reason for starting a business. So we have here, yan, when we say business organization, how business are structured and how their structure helps them to meet their goals. Yan. An entity aimed at carrying on commercial enterprise by providing goods or services to meet the customer needs. And then an entity formed for the purpose of carrying on commercial enterprise. Ayan. So again, we have already discussed this, yung mga 3 forms of business organization. So parang ilang beses na to na-discuss. Siguro during na-discuss ko na ata to, sa accounting 1, organization and management, sa principles of marketing din ata, na-discuss ko na din to tsaka sa business finance yan. So alam, na natin to, kabisado na natin to. Andito na rin yung mga advantages and disadvantages. Yan. So reason for starting a business, syempre, lalo na pag kaya mo ng boss, yan, you will be your own boss. You are able to make decisions about the direction and operation of the business. Yan. Katulad niyan, sa mga ngayon may partnership kayo, yan, pwede na kayo mag-decide. Dapat kayo na rin talaga yung nag-decide. Kayong magkaka-partner, nag-decide kung ano ba yung gusto nyong gawin. Financial independence, some persons feel restricted financially with the income received from their job. Yan. So, when we say na pag meron ka sariling business, financial independent. Kasi pag employee ka, yun, nakadepende ka sa employer mo. Self-actualization and fulfillment. Owning and operating and a successful business will give a feeling of accomplishment. Lalo na pag pag tuloy-tuloy na siya, ayun, sobrang masarap yan sa pakiramdam. To create employment for relatives, friends, and community members. So yan, so pag meron kang sariling business, makakapag-provide ka ng business sa mga nangangailangan din. Nakatulong ka din sa kapwa mo. Kaya meron kang self-actualization. Kasi pag sa self-actualization, nasi-share mo na yung blessings na meron ka. To use your skills and knowledge for yourself. Ayan. So, yun nga, pag ikaw ang sarili mong boss at sarili mong business, yung skills tsaka knowledge na na-acquire mo from incessant learning and then through trainings din and seminars, ayan, through watching educational videos in YouTube. Yan. Nagagamit mo siya sa pansarili mo lang din. So, unlike sa mga employees, so ginagamit ng ibang employer yung skills and knowledge and experience na na-acquire mo. So, we have here the 4 principles. Principles of good regulation, yan, consumer responsibility, efficiency and economy, proportionality, recognizing the difference in business carried on by different regulated person, senior management responsibility, sustainable growth, openness, and disclosure, transparency. So we have the first principle, syempre integrity. Yan. Ito yung parang, itong integrity, pag-aaralan nyo to, bako yan, nasa business course kayo, ayan, lalo na sa accounting. Ayan, mula sa pagpasok nyo ng first year college hanggang pinakadulo, pinag-aaralan nyo tong integrity. So, integrity meaning yung pagiging transparent mo, paggawa mo ng mabuti, pag may mali, i-admit mo. Yan. More on reputation, itong integrity. Yan. Skill, case, and diligence. A firm must conduct its business with due skills, care, and diligence. So, pag meron tayong product and services, dapat yung sinabi mo or yung nakatala dun sa mga commercials nyo and advertisement, dapat yun din talaga yung nare-receive mong services or goods. Management and control, a firm must take reasonable care. So when we say reasonable care, hindi naman pwedeng sobrang pagpapahalaga. Yung yung merong reasonable pag-aalaga lang. Reasonable care to organize and control its affairs, responsibility, and effectively with adequate risk management system. So, yun, sa isang company meron tayong mga management systems din na sinusunod. Yan. So, reasonable care meaning meron ng hindi sobrang pag-aalaga at hindi rin naman sobrang pagpapabaya. Kumbaga, yung tamang pag-aalaga lang. Financial prudence, a firm must maintain adequate financial resources. And then, hindi pwedeng sobra, hindi rin pwedeng kulang. Kunyari, kulang kayo sa tao. Sobra kayo sa tao. Market conduct, and a firm must observe proper standards of market conduct. So, consumers' interest, a firm must pay due regard to the interests of its customer and treat them fairly. So, normally, pag magbe-business ka, dapat lagi mo iniisip yung interest ng consumers mo. Or else, baka malugi ka. Lalo na pag kunyari, sobrang ganda ng commercial nyo, sobrang smooth, sobrang parang alam mong, lalo na minsan sa mga burger na na pinapalabas sa TV. Tingnan. Pero pag pinrovide nila in reality sa personal, kulang-kulang yung cheese. Parang manipis yung yung patty. But parang hindi malambot yung tinapa, yung ganon. Dapat kung ano yung pinakita nyong information sa kanila or pinakita mo sa advertisement, yun din talaga dapat yung pinoprovide mo. Communication with clients, ayan, syempre dapat mga customer service. Yan, dapat kahit na nakabili na sila, dapat continue pa din yung pakikiusap natin sa kanila kasi para maulit yung pag-purchase nila. Okay? And also, yun nga, we should be clear, fair, and not misleading. Yan. Mamaya, sinabi nyo, Madam, babata ka ng 10 years pag ginamit mo tong sabon na to. Siyempre, di naman totoo yun. Di naman talaga mangyayari yun. Or sasabihin ng iba, Madam, puputi ka within one week or 3 days ng paggamit mo ng sabon. Huwag tayong masyadong misleading or masyadong sobra yung pagpo-promote natin. Dapat tamang tamang yung totoo, siguro at least 90%. Kasi ang mangyari nyo, madidisappoint yung client nyo, madidisappoint yung customer nyo. Ang mangyari, di na sila uulit. Kasi ito yung na-expect nila eh. Mas better pa nga na medyo binabaan mo yung expectation nila and then yung ina-expect nila, sumobra ka pa, di uulit yun, di ba? Mas better na i-establish natin yung tamang expectation ng mga customers. Conflicts of interest. A firm must manage conflicts of interest fairly. both between itself and its customer, and between another client. Yeah. So we have already discussed yung mga customer relationship during our principles of marketing. And corporate governance is a system by which business are directed and controlled. Good corporate governance is a key factor in underpinning the integrity and efficiency of the company. So we already know what is the meaning of fairness. Yeah, so it involves balancing the interest involved in all decision making, including any decision related to hiring, firing, and compensation and reward system. So I guess alam niyo na rin naman to. Siguro sa hiring yun, ano ba? Dapat sana wala ng backer, 'di ba? Alam niyo yun, yung normally nangyayari to sa mga mga province and sa mga local companies. Yung tipong yung ibang tao hindi naman nakatapos pero dahil may backer sila sa loob, makakapasok sila, which is unfair sa mga nakatapos ng 4-year degree, no? And firing, lalo na sa mga managers na kung kunyari ayaw nila dito sa tao na to, yung without due process, yan, or yung investigatory process, pina-fire natin yung tao. Kung hindi lang porque hindi lang natin gusto i-fire natin. So that's unfair. And compensation. Yan. So the reason why kung bakit yung ibang company parang discreet yung mga compensation is that parang magkakaroon kasi ng kaguluhan sa isang company kung nalaman mo na bakit sige dito mo tayo sa sweldo, ba't ako ganito lang, pero parehas naman kami nag-work ng maayos, ganyan. So dapat talaga ang isang company transparent yan with the salary grade, ganun. Pero yun na kasi nakagawian ngayon. And reward system. So dapat nire-reward natin yung mga employees natin based sa totoong naging performance na hindi dahil sa favorite lang natin sila or ayun, or dahil nasusuhulan tayo. So dapat let's be fair. Normally itong mga ano na to nangyayari sa mga local companies, yung mga local companies, ano talaga to may mga politics, may mga ayun. And fairness refers to equal treatment. Yan, equal treatment. For example, all shareholders should receive equal consideration for whatever shareholding they hold. Accountability or corporate accountability refers to the obligation or responsibility to give an explanation or reason for the company's action and conduct. So accountability in the context of business organization is the obligation to demonstrate that work has been conducted in compliance with the agreed rules and standards or to report fairly and accurately on performance results, mandated roles, and or plans. Yan, meaning ng accountability, kumbaga parang maasahan, ganun in Tagalog, accountability. Stewardship and responsibility, and when we say in the biblical terms, stewardship is defined as utilizing and managing all resources God provides for the glory of God and the betterment of His creation. Yeah. So in business organization naman refers to taking responsibility for the business and effects it has on the world around it. So yun nga, pag stewardship, ibig sabihin yung parang tamang pag-take mo ng responsibility, yung paggawa mo ng maayos, and pag-aalala mo sa mga magiging effect ng ginagawa mo sa ibang organization or sa ibang department. So for example, gumagawa ka ng kunyari sabihin natin si HR pag gumagawa ng payroll, dapat sa deadline na to, isubmit niya na yung mga payrolls na yun. Kasi kailangan yun yung financial, ng mga finance. Paano niya magagawa yung sarili niyang report kung si HR hindi pa tapos dun sa report? So yun. If the company is a sole proprietor, then the owner should therefore accept full responsibility for the powers that it is given and the authority that it exercises. Okay? Dahil ikaw yung owner at mag-isa ka lang, yan, you should take all the responsibility. Transparency, ito, connected dito sa pagiging integrity. Dapat, kunyari sa mga financials, ayan, dapat, lalo na sa mga, siguro, sa mga barangay, alam mo yung mga, or siguro, maging malapit tayo sa, sa isang klase, ayan, meron kayong mga binabayaran, meron kayong ambagan, tingnan. Dapat, as the treasurer or auditor or the president or basta part ka ng student council, dapat transparent tayo sa kung anong nangyayari dun sa pera. Yan. Common practices in business, best practices, are a set of guidelines, ethics, or ideas that represent the most efficient and prudent course of action. So, when we say best practices, ito yung mga sinishare, kunyari, si Ish, i-share niya yung mga best practices niya kung paano niya na-maintain na mataas yung grade niya, ano yung mga ginagawa niya. Ayan yung mga best practices na pwedeng na sinishare. Engage workers, ayan, syempre, ito yung mga productive, yan yung mga initiative, yung mga proactive na mga workers. Yan, reward effort. Ayan, yung mga recognition, di naman ito mawawala. Lagi tayong merong mga employee of the month. Yan, yung mga, meron din tayong mga early bird na award. For example, yung mga pumapasok ng maaga, walang late. Ayan. So, part din ng ng isang organization na dapat merong reward. Or, pwede rin namang mga top performer. For example, itong department na to, never silang na-late ng submission ng reports. Yan. So, may mga ganong klase din ng reward. Be vulnerable. So, vulnerable leader is comfortable with not having all the answers, engage perspectives and thoughts of their people, and does not have to be the first with an idea or the first one to answer. So yon, not all leaders, hindi naman lahat ng leaders natin ay dapat naging perfecto. So, kahit you have, kahit na nasa iyo na lahat ng skills and the knowledge and ideas, ayun, hindi naman pwedeng talagang lahat ng katanungan masasagot mo. So, that is why merong mga meetings, di ba? Yan. Kung alam ng ni leader, sana hindi na tayo nag-meeting yung mga top management, di ba? So, kaya sila nag-meeting. Syempre, nag-share sila ng knowledge. Yun. So, as a leader, dapat open ka din sa mga suggestions ng mga subordinates mo. Yun. So, mas better din na in-engage mo sila in decision making. So, next time or someday, di ba, para kung ready na sila sa promotion, at least na-train mo na sila. Okay? So, as a leader, gumagawa ka din ng sarili mong leader. Okay? Stay committed or being engaged. Ayan. So, dapat hindi ka lang sa una magaling. Dapat hanggang dulo ay committed ka. Seek clarity. Ayan. So, whenever na meron tayong, hindi pagkakaintindihan, mas better na nagsisik ka nagtatanong ka, kumbaga. Ayan. Lalo na, kunyari, kung hindi masyadong clear yung goals and objectives, and then hindi masyadong clear yung mga processes, mas better na nagtatanong ka talaga. Ayan, why do we exist? Ayan, how do we behave? What do we do? How will we succeed? What is the most important right now? And who must do what? And create culture cohesiveness. Culture means a sense of shared values that, with the right level of engagement, will lead to development of the productive and efficient outcomes. It is a good business management practice to make new hires based on the alignment of the company's core values and its vision, because workers with shared values make good team members. Yun. So, mas better din talaga sa isang working environment na magkakasundo talaga kayong lahat. As in, walang competition, walang hilaan pababa, Ganyan. And then, nagtutulungan talaga kayo whenever na merong isa na nahihirapang makakope up with the business and pressure. And meron siyang malalapitan. Yun. Yan. Okay, focus on team effort. Yan, focus team effort, consistent reassessment and realignment of team goals as the way to achieve the best results. So, dapat ayun, sa isang organization, minsan ano yan ang ibang yung ibang company everyday silang nag-check ng ng stability ng work nila. Iba naman weekly. Hold regular meetings. Yan. So meetings provide the organization with a regular forum on core values, allowing members to realign principles and give perspective on the business practice. So no action, activity, or process is more central to creating a healthy organization than meeting. So ito yung mga tinatawag na huddle ng mga companies. Ayan. So dati ako sa dati kong company, everyday kaming nag-huddle, everyday kami nag-meeting to discuss kung ano yung kung na-meet yung mga reports kahapon, ganyan, or kung na-late anong nangyari, anong ginawa namin, gano'n. Okay, any question? I think that's all for chapter 1. And then next meeting, mag-chapter 2 na agad ako para tapos na tayo for this quarter. Ganun lang siya, maikli lang talaga siya. May mga questions pa tayo? Anong oras na? 11:22 na pala. Hindi ko namamalayan ng oras. May mga questions ba, guys? Okay, I think wala naman na question. So, ayun. I-dismiss ko na din kayo kasi kailangan ko din tong i-upload sa YouTube. Ang dami ko ng ang dami ko pang i-upload. Tsaka yung mga activities nyo din. Okay, so yon yung mga deadlines natin for work immersion. Again, ang target natin next 2 weeks makapag-release tayo ng product. And also, ayun, mag-isip na din kayo ng promotions. Kung paano natin ipo-promote. Ayan. So, yung isa kong naisip na promotion, yung ipa-vlog ni Shin, yung packaging, yung pagka-package. And then yung site. Okay? Di-dismiss ko na kayo, ha? So, thank you guys for this day. Bye-bye.